Hi there, my name's Aaron Short. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today's a very special episode. We're going to recap the whole of 2021. And right now I'm on my Facebook inviting my friends to come and join us. Would you please do the same? I'm just letting everyone know we are live, posting a link to the stream and posting that to my Facebook page. If you have a Facebook page, please do me a favor and do the same. I really would appreciate it. So I hope everyone had very happy holidays. We'll discuss that now with my co-host today, who is Maury Rutch. How you doing, Maury?
I'm doing very well. Thank you again for having me. This is a great time.
Oh, thanks for joining me. Today's going to be even more casual than usual. I want to recap every video we did in 2021 together on the Monday. Only Mondays. We haven't got enough time to do every video. So every Monday video, we're going to recap and we're going to talk very quickly about each guitar or topic that we discussed and rate it out of 10. Now, that's just a joke, although you can if you want to. And I want to know what our friends in the chat thought of the videos too. We did so much. We did I think we did a video every week of the year. So we've got a lot to talk about today. But before we do that, how was your Christmas and holidays?
Thank you very much for asking. It was really, really nice. Nice and quiet. We had a really delicious seafood dinner. Lots and lots and lots of the, I don't want to say cheesy, but like the standards on TV. We got almost all the important movies off our bucket list. We just got real lazy and on the couch. And for the first time in quite a long, long time, really just took a deep breath and just sat. It's been a long time since we weren't sort of running around and working, and it just felt good to deliberately just check out. So we had a good one. I hope you did too.
When you say you had a seafood dinner, does that mean when you saw the food, you ate it?
I think you can tell, yes. That's all I did was eat.
That's what you do. You see all the food and you eat it. That's seafood.
That's right.
Let us know in the let us know in the chat. I'm just trying to get my levels right. I don't think my Stream Deck is working. Let me just try this. Do you hear this round of applause? Do you hear that?
No, I heard the drums, but I don't hear that.
Some reason Stream Deck isn't coming through, so only half my sound effects today. Sorry, everybody. Let us know in the chat how you spent your holidays this weekend. Did anyone get anything under the tree? Did anyone get any guitars? You don't need them more. You've got lots in that store. I mean, people in the chat, did you get any guitars under the tree? Did Santa bring you a guitar? Let us know in the chat. That'd be fun. I think we'll go straight into this. I'm going to bring up my list of videos here. Let's challenge Maury, shall we? Before I say hi to our friends in the chat. Maury, what was the first video we did in 2021, back in January?
The first product video or the first video? The
first video. It was on January the 4th, 2021.
Well, I'm going to have a good chance of getting this right, but not definitely. There was a video you and I did that was introducing Maury's music, and it was just you and I with a conversation. But the very first guitar video we ever did was the OM28, and it was my OM28V, and it was from my spare bedroom.
Hang on. That was back in 2020. This streaming thing has been going on for a long time.
Oh, then I have no idea.
I can't believe.
Oh, yeah, right.
I can't believe that we've even found enough things to talk about for this long. It's crazy. So we did
January 4th, 2021.
Yeah, we started doing these back in the summer 2020. That was when we did your OM from your bedroom. If you haven't seen that one, everyone, go back and watch that. You get to see Maury's bedroom, which is a rare insight into his private life. Oh, only the spare. Okay, well, still a rare insight into his private life.
Yes.
But the first video of 2021 was actually the GPC 28E.
Really?
Yeah, which is my current kind of gigging guitar of choice, that guitar.
Sweet.
So it took me a while to switch over to that. But yeah, that was the GPC 28E back on the 4th of January 21. Yeah, I tell you, the time has gone. In a good way, though. In a good way.
Wow.
The week after that, we discussed the Trance Amulet pickup. All right, this was just after I tried that in the D28. So we did a whole video on that pickup system. So we haven't just done guitars; we've done other stuff too.
Sure.
And then after that, we did virtual NAMM 2021 coverage. So it feels like 10 years ago to me that they did the virtual Believe in Music NAMM. So that was the first January they didn't do NAMM. Yeah, this is really putting things into perspective for me. So we started doing videos together as soon as the lockdown, pretty much, right? We were getting everything ready. Remember, I told you about how great Ecamm Live was?
Yep.
And then we both started using it. Maury says he found it. I say I found it, everyone. I'm not sure. But we got together. We did a few videos. If you want to have a real laugh, then go back and watch those early videos with Maury on his 720p webcam. And me in the corner of the room trying to figure this stuff out. And I was using OBS back then. And then that was around, it was a few months after the lockdown, we did videos together, right, on the Monday. And then we got to what would have been the first, or the next NAMM show. And they announced it would be online. That was that whole virtual NAMM. So we did that. And it looks like from the thumbnail, it looks like we had Robert Getzel in on that one.
Oh, wow. So, back then.
Yeah. Huh. It feels like much longer to me. I feel like the time has just flown by.
I don't know. I'm bad with time. That feels like it was 5 months ago.
To me, that feels like 10 years ago. But again, not in a bad way. It just feels like we've done so much this year. We've done so many streams and videos. And yeah. But that was great. So we basically covered virtual NAMM, didn't we? And then I had Skip Belts on for an interview. And I think you did as well. So we did a lot of coverage of the virtual NAMM show. Now, remind me, because my memory is really bad today, what did Martin release at the Believe in Music NAMM show?
Ooh,
this is just really going to show how bad our memories are today.
This is going to show my brain power. Sit back and just like take it all in. The Grand J1216, the new the 12 string, the David Gilmours were in that. The Double OL Earth was the Robert Getzel connection.
Yeah.
I think there was a junior Streetmaster and a Streetmaster Uke, a T1K Streetmaster Uke, and that was the GPC and the D13E Ziricody pair. They came out that same show. Yes, nailed it.
That's actually very impressive. So which of those guitars has been the most popular for you as a dealer?
It's probably both of the Ziricodys, really. We didn't get the David Gilmour. We'll probably be old men with gray hair, even more so, before we sell lots of ukes here at Maury's Music. So I think it was the Ziricodys. I
think we should do a whole thing next year, bringing back the ukulele. Ukulele versus the stick. What's the stick called?
The backpacker.
You said it, not me. Let's say hi to our friends. Take a little break from this. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. Like I said, to me it feels like a long time ago. Matthew Carver is here, checking in from Ohio, looking forward to the new year. Me too, because also part of this is looking forward to next year and thinking about what might happen next year, guitar-wise as well. So we'll try and touch on that as well as we go. Patsy's watching from UK. So glad you're doing the show tonight. TV shows are terrible. You two are much more entertaining. I didn't realize this was a comedy show. This is meant to be a serious guitar show.
I always wanted to be better than terrible.
Rowan says, hi, Aaron, Maury, and everyone in the chat. Rosanna's back. Hi, Aaron and Maury, and everyone in the chat. Hope everyone had a brilliant Christmas. Yep, very good. Thank you. Oh, I just got the battery low message on my mouse. I should plug it in when Maury's playing.
Uh-oh.
I have a new viewer here. Hey, Aaron, Maury, and everyone in the chat, watching from San Mateo, California. Very cool. Welcome. And Vic G says, hi, Maury. Hi, Aaron. Wow, that is a good sounding guitar.
Hey, Vic.
And Rick says, hey, that sounds great. What was the guitar you were playing there in the intro?
DSS 17 Whiskey Sunset. That was from early March 2021.
Oh, we'll see if you're right. We'll see if he's right. Sergio, how you doing, Sergio? Great to see you again. Lee says, hello, Maury and Aaron, everyone in the chat. I'm joining you from my sick bed. Oh, sorry to hear that, Lee. Lots of people are sick right now, so our thoughts go out to you. Mark Johnson, hi, Aaron and Maury, and all from Bristol, Virginia. Party will be today. Yes, it's the party. That's about as hip as we get, Sergio. When we say party, we mean talking about lots of guitars. That's about as party-like as we get. Lee said that wife of mine just wouldn't stop pouring the whiskey. Oh, he's not sick. He's sick. He's had too much whiskey. Get better soon, says Patsy. And Eric says, hey, Maury and Aaron, watching from Connecticut. 0018 returned. Oh, sorry to hear that. But OM21 arriving tomorrow. Congratulations. LOL. Can't wait for that first sniff. Congrats on a great year. Thank you, Eric. Was the Sandhole Sniffer released this year? I don't. I'm so terrible at business, aren't I? I think it was, right?
Me.
I think it was. Maybe that will come up in the video list. Dan of New Jersey. Happy holidays, Aaron and others. Good to see you. Chalerism wrapping up the year with 63 and 55% humidity in overcast North Georgia and Southeast Tennessee. Had a great Christmas with a brand new D35 from Aury. Oh, that deserves one of these.
Thank you very much.
Oh, there we go.
Awesome.
You see? Please, if you want to send pictures or videos for the show, we'd love to show you with the guitar on next week's episode. So feel free to email me. I'll put the email up right at the bottom of the screen. It's sayhi@aaronshortmusic.com. Yeah, feel free to send me that. I would love to see you unwrap it from under the Christmas tree, but yeah. Sergio says, happy holidays. David says, sorry, Lee. Is it the rocking pneumonia or the boogie woogie flu? Hope you feel better soon. I think we've decided it's self-induced, David. An alcohol flu he's got there. I could be wrong. Vic G says, that joke is so old it was found on the Rosetta Stone. That was my seafood. Were you joking, Maury, or did you actually have seafood for Christmas?
Well, I wasn't joking. I did eat everything I saw, and we had lobster, a clam bake, and shrimp and scallops.
A sushi meal for Christmas. I got some new picks, a slide, and bought myself the OM. Played on the CEO 7 all day and ate everything I could. Sounds like a very successful holiday to me. Chalerism got a molded case for a guitar I got about a month ago. Congratulations. Musically, I only got a gift certificate, says G Tedeschi. Unfortunately, not from Maury's Music. Oh dear, sorry to hear that. So no Whiskey Sunset for you then. Old W30 says, hi all. And please explain this, Maury.
Oh, I can't read that from this far away.
Neither can I, and I'm getting close. Lee says, David Belcher, I think it might be something bad I've eaten from a very big franchise burger chain. Lee, I just saw the story about the KFC chicken. I won't talk about that. That was rather disgusting. Steve Smith says, hello, Aaron and Maury. Hope both of you had a good Christmas. Yes, we did. And then Patsy says, you need more whiskey. We do not encourage drinking on the show. Jack says, I binge watched Heartland Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Best show I've seen in decades. I watched Bad Santa 2. I didn't know there was one. It popped up, so I rented it.
Yeah.
Good junk. Good junky stuff, that is. I think so, Patsy, says Lee. Chaz is here, says, hi, guys. Chaz, I see you got a new guitar. Am I right? On a video recently. Mark Henry says, howdy all. It's my first spam of the day. First spam of the day. I shall remove that in a second when you're playing. Once I've done this, I'll get Maury to play for us. Have I missed anything? Actually, you've missed a lot, Chazza. Yeah, very disappointed that you're late today. Jim says, my new old Harmony 12 string did not make it from the country doctor in time to put it under the tree. So will that wait until next year, Jim? Or will that be a late Christmas gift to yourself? Paulie is poorly. Oh, okay. He is actually not well. So thinking of you, Lee.
Aww.
Better lay off the whiskey, I think, for a while. Sergio, there's nothing like a Christmas party in a forest house where there are many friends, fireplace songs with a guitar and a drum machine. Why a drum machine? But yeah, no, I agree. I would much rather be with Maury in a forest house right now than on YouTube, but unfortunately we can't do that, so this is the next best thing, right, Maury?
Yeah.
Robert says, I think I bought my Sandhole Sniffer shirt when it was first available, which looks like November 2020. Oh, there we go. Thank you. As always, Roeth is a mine of information. And you were, I think, the first to buy one. So.
Now, see, that feels like wintertime of 2021 to me, so I'm all screwed up.
Time is, every day is just rolling into another, really, isn't it? Let me just come down here. That's an old second-hand guitar from a car boot sale, says Chazza. That's fine. Still a new guitar day. Michelle, good to see you. Hi to everyone from quite warm Switzerland. No snow and no new guitars. Very weird times. Well, we can change that today, Michelle. Actually, we can't because you're in Switzerland, but we can change that for someone in the USA. All right. So, Maury thinks we did not cover this guitar. Am I right?
No, I think we did this one. I was jokingly saying March or April.
Which one do you think we didn't cover that you have there?
The one I'm not so sure of is the D18 Adirondack Custom, but who knows?
Okay. So, can you play that guitar for me while I charge my mouse?
Sure.
And then the question for the chat is, do you think we covered this guitar in 2021 or not? Once again, that's the D18 Addy Top, right, Maury?
Yes, sir.
Let's really test their memory now. Did we make a video about this in 2021? Yes or no? Do not look at my list of videos on the channel. Let's see how people are really paying attention to our videos. And Maury's going to play this for a bit. I'll be right back. We'll be right back soon. Very nice. Oh, you want to keep going? Oh, keep going, keep going. Encore, encore.
Yeah, I'll take a break.
Is that what you say at your gigs as well?
One song, one break, one song, one break.
When did you get that guitar into stock? Do you remember?
No.
Okay.
In the summertime?
Summertime, yeah. David Belcher thinks we covered it in July or August.
Okay.
So we'll see if David is right. We'll see if he's right. The next guitar we covered on the 25th of January 2021 was the almighty D45.
Ooh.
I remember that one clearly because I remember you sitting there saying about coming down to that studio and picking up a D45, and it's a D45, and how cool that is. So yeah, I do remember that one. That's a classic one. I'm actually just looking at numbers as well. It's interesting to see which guitars get the most views, and something like the standard series always get the views. Especially, yeah, the D45 got a lot of views that week. So
cool. Very
cool guitar. After that, we did the OM28. So although we already did the OM28 the very first week from your home, which was your OM28, you got a standard series OM28 in stock, and we covered it again because we felt there's such a popular model that we should do it again. Yeah, I remember. It's all coming back to me now. And then the week after that, we did D28 versus HD28. I remember that really well.
We started comparisons way back then. That's cool.
Yeah, that was the 8th of February. And I remember that really clearly because I did a video on that as well. I did a video which was just the sound, and you could listen to both of them and the answers in the comments. And then we also did a live version of it as well. That was cool. And that got over 1,000 views because we quickly realized that people like comparisons. Because when people are shopping for a new guitar and they want to compare two guitars, right now it's very hard to go out and find a guitar anyway, but let alone to find the two you actually want to compare. So I think those videos are popular for that reason. So a D28 and HD28 are really popular models. I'm sure I'm correct, right, Maury? And then to compare them both live and everyone discuss their thoughts on it was really popular. So that's why we decided to do more of those videos.
I took a phone call right before I got on this program with you today at 20 to 4, and it was a question about HD28 versus D28, and I'm like, boy, I only have 10 minutes. I don't know how much I can tell you, but that's exactly what he asked for. It happened just as recently as an hour ago. So.
Yeah, so you can direct them to that video.
I could.
Oh. So Valentine's Day, I went live and did the Aaron Short love stream.
I remember that, yeah.
Then we did... This is an interesting one. We did old guitars versus new guitars. So obviously we used your OM28, which you can see in the back there, the OM28V with the authentic aging, and we compared it to a new one. I remember that. That was really cool too, comparing the two guitars. So yeah, if you haven't watched any of these, they're all in the playlist. They're all on my channel, so go back and watch them when you got time. That was a really good one.
Go watch them all.
Watch them all on repeat. That was a good one because, again, that's something people discuss, isn't it? Are old guitars better than new guitars? And the great thing with these videos is our friends in the chat offered their opinions on everything as well. So it's not just my opinion. It's not just Maury's opinion. It's not just the audio you're hearing. And it's not just your opinion watching. It's also everyone else that's watching that's been playing the guitar for a long time and their thoughts and experiences as well. And that's why I like these shows so much.
Great point.
It's a group. It's a really good group effort. So. Then we did the Martin D16E Ovencol. I got to remember how to say these names there. Is it Ovencol or Ovencol? Ovencol, right?
Ovencol, yeah, the burst.
Ovencol.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Then we did, which I forgot to do a thumbnail for, OM21 versus OM28 versus OM42. How about
I remember that episode a lot. That was a good one. That was really good.
Yeah, let us know in the chat, because this is also about looking forward as well. Let us know in the chat what you enjoyed this year and what we should do more of. Like, I think the comparisons have always been really well received and fun, and I can see by the numbers as well. And I think, like I said earlier, they're so valuable, they're so useful. These are the questions you see all the time on the forums, right? How does the OM21 differ to the OM28? So if we can get them all together and put them all out in a stream and discuss it, it's always good stuff. I think we should do more of that. Let us know in the chat if you agree. And then after that, we did one which I just got a comment on recently, actually. This got the most views so far. The Martin SC13E 11s versus 12s. Because the SC13E ships with 11s, and we put the question out there, would it sound better or different, or how would it sound different with 12s? Can you use 12s? And I've seen that question come up a lot as well. And obviously the SC guitars are talked about a lot online. That's why people are searching for that guitar. Yeah, I think that had the most views so far. So that was a popular one. I still haven't really played the SC13E that much, but honestly, I'm kind of waiting for the next one in the series. I mean, it's common knowledge there's going to be one. It's more of a case of when, not if. So as soon as they release the SC6, no, it's not 16, SC28E, I'll be all over that. I'll be all over that, Maury. I'll be giving you a call. And then I'm going to take a break. We're into mid-March now. I want to come back to the chat. So, let us know which episodes you enjoyed the most in the chat, please. Lee says, I've ordered the guitar from eBay. Ooh, but not sure if it's going to turn up. That's not very good, is it? Good deal if it does.
Oh, my God.
That'll be fun. Dan in New Jersey, absolutely. I haven't got much context to some of these comments. Jazza has a bad memory. I think we all do, but mine is slowly coming back as we talk more. I'm not sure if it was played on this show or Maury's Wednesday show. Yeah, maybe he had the D18 Addy, this guitar in front of us, on his show. We'll find out if David is right later on. Sergio says he sounds like a very nice Dreadnought. Yes. Well, the D18 with Addy, I always say this, is getting close to the guitar I played at Maury's when I first met him. No, did I play it at yours? The Outlaw? I played...
Was it the Outlaw or was it...
It was the Bluegrass. CS Bluegrass I played at your store when I came years ago. But for some reason, the Outlaw is in my mind. I think I might have seen that somewhere else and just picked it up and strummed it and thought how cool it sounded. But the D18, or the whatever they called it, the Outlaw guitar, was basically a D18 with an Addy top and some other cool stuff as well. But that was what it was based around. And I've always thought that was a good combination. In fact, the mahogany guitar, which is a Goodall guitar with an Addy top, which I recorded my album on. You want to talk about a long time ago? That was 12 years ago. I recorded my album. Still have that guitar back in England. That is Addy top with mahogany back and sides.
Huh.
So I kind of have that guitar you've got there. I have that same recipe. I think that's a good combination. David says that should cut through the mix nicely. Steve Smith says that Martin sounds amazing. And Lisa says, I live for the comparison videos. So we better do more.
We can't get rid of them now.
Roslyn says, hi from cold and dreary Connecticut. Sorry to hear that, Roslyn.
Aww.
Steve says, all these people in the chat, but only a few likes. Hit that button. Yes, hit that like button, people.
I should ask Lisa, do people like those comparison videos because I'm behind a black screen most of the time?
We can't see you. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I'm wondering.
I mean, we don't blank out your face. So...
Wow. Back me up, buddy.
Read into that what you want. I really like the Guess the Guitar, similar to Maury's. Yeah, we started doing that, didn't we? The Maury's Music Podcast, we started doing like a live version. We have to guess what the guitar is.
Thanks.
They were cool.
I think that was pretty late.
They were. I think we only did one or two, but that was much more challenging. Like to just guess what the guitar is from nothing. But I think that was fun too. And then then we did the hidden comparisons. You're right, where we didn't. People had to guess which was which without seeing them. Yeah. We've done so much. This has been a great year for this. Wow.
We're hard workers, Aaron. I think you should notice that.
Pat ourselves on the back in this episode. Chris Smith, welcome. Good to see you. The modified V-neck episode was my favourite. I'd like to see a better view, perhaps a look from the back of how it fits in the hand.
Ah.
That's a good idea. Look out, Maury's already thinking about the neck cam. The guessing was good. Okay, we'll do more of those comparisons and guess the guitar videos. Now he wants to see the neck on the V. I'm surprised Martin don't have more pictures of different necks and measurements and, like you've said before, like overlaid and from the different angles and just I mean, there's nothing like feeling it in your hand, but to actually see it would be very useful to people, I'm sure. Sergio loves that guitar.
Thank you.
It reminded him of a woman with whom he recently broke up with. Sorry to hear that, Sergio. Sound is reflected directly in my heart. And I think that's why a lot of us like Martin guitars, for that same reason. I'm speaking for everyone now. Chris Smith says, I think it was the CEO 7 with the mod V-neck. Aha. You like that one. I guess we spoke a lot about necks back then on that guitar because of the mod V. Craig, good to see. I keep seeing all these new names. It's awesome. I just wanted to say we're now restreaming on Maury's Music YouTube and Aaron Short Music YouTube. So if whatever you're watching on, please subscribe to both channels to stay up to date with what we're doing. Craig says, considering an aged authentic 18 or 28, but concerned about the lack of truss rod and also the larger neck. Can you touch base on these two concerns? Yes, I can, Craig, because I'm considering exactly the same thing.
Getting line behind Aaron.
Now, I think, I'll give Maury a plug here. I think he has a D18 aged in stock. Is that right? You still have it?
Yep.
Okay, so if you're in the USA, hit him up. But I'm really interested in the 28. And I don't know if we haven't done the 28 because Maury didn't have a 28 this year. But I played one at NAMM. So I have the same questions, Craig. Do you spend $1,000 more for or $1,200 more for the aging, or do you get the non-aged? Is the lack of a drop-in saddle and truss rod going to be a pain in the butt in 5 or 10 years' time? And is that chunky neck going to be a deal breaker? They're three questions that I'm sure everyone asks themselves, not just me and Craig. Sorry. Is it Craig? Yeah, me and Craig, right, Maury? That's the question. Like I want an original 1939-37 Martin. Okay. I played one in Nashville. I played one that it wasn't even all original. It was like 34 grand, and it wasn't even that year or all original. But actually, that one had a thin neck. I don't know. Maybe it was sanded down. The problem with buying those old guitars is you don't know what's original and what's not. What if everything has been replaced over the years and it's not original at all? So I don't know. But it was a good store. It was that store in Nashville that sells all the old stuff. You know, Carter. They've got a great reputation. So anyway, that had a thin neck. It's great sounding guitar. Absolutely loved everything about it. But it had been refinished. It had something replaced on it. At that point, you're thinking, well, it's not an actual, completely authentic guitar anyway. And it's the price of, 34 grand. Depending where you live, that could buy you, certainly a down payment on a home, right? So that's the thing. And then you see these authentics, which I think are for people like me and Craig that don't want to spend or can't or don't want to spend that kind of money, but have the experience of those guitars. And I think it's a really cool thing. But I think you'd have to really play and own one of those for a while to know if it's going to scratch that itch or not. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's still not an actual, it's still a copy of that guitar. And with it comes those things that we prefer in the modern guitars, like the drop-in saddle, the adjustable truss rod, and all these kind of things. So that would be a great topic, and that'd be a great video as well. So if I ever can get one of those authentics, I will probably try to get one. I'm looking out for one. You
didn't buy it?
No, I'm looking for if I found a great deal on a used one, I would get one. Yeah. I'm not going to drop the full price on it. And you don't really see them anyway. You just don't see them. They had that one at NAMM because we were at NAMM, the NAMM show, but you don't really see them in stores, you know. Mm-hmm. So, did we cover the D18, the one you have? We have covered it, right? I think it's going to come up in one of these videos.
I don't know what year, but we have done it. Yeah. Yeah,
I think we've done it. But I really got locked in. It was because it was that whole emotional thing. We were at NAMM together, and we'll talk about NAMM soon too. We were at Summer NAMM together. They had the guitar. It sounded great. Tommy Emmanuel played it. This whole and then going to the new Gibson studio thing and the old vintage guitar stores like Carter's and playing all the old guitars and all the expensive guitars. You kind of get sucked up into that kind of. Well, I do. I should speak for myself. Get sucked into that mentality. So Craig, stay tuned because I'm on the same page as you. Rosanna loves the comparison videos as well.
Thank you.
And Bimo said the guitar that surprised me the most was the M36. What surprised you about that, Bimo? In a good way? Let us know. All right, so after that was a great comparison. Comparing an OM21 with a 28 and a 42. Those kind of videos are the ultimate videos. So yeah, the SE13E 11s versus 12s. And last year, anything about the SE13E got lots of views because everyone's kind of obsessed with that guitar right now. The SE13E. Right, we did do undersound transducer pickups sound the same in different guitars. And that was incredibly geeky. So that got very low views because that was incredibly geeky.
It's funny. Emotionally, I thought that's probably one of the most adventurous, like, forward-thinking things we might have done, and nobody cares.
Yeah. Yeah. I might actually revisit it because I've got the GPC and the HDC that I own both have anthems in them. So I might revisit it with just the undersaddle portion of that to see if there is indeed a difference. But we covered it. And yeah, it's that kind of thing that if you're into pickups, acoustic guitar pickups, you'll be into that stuff. And so I think we did it because my channel is very much focused about the electronics and everything. So I thought that would tie in well with my channel. But clearly we're seeing here what gets the most views. But anyway, it was good. And the great thing with YouTube is those videos will always be there and they'll just go up. They'll never go down in numbers. Now, this one has the most views so far. Can you guess what guitar it is, Maury? The next guitar we did. This is the most views we've had on a video to this point.
February, March-ish? Is that what you're saying?
It was 29th of March, 21.
And it's the most views so far?
Yeah. What is one of the hottest Martin guitars that you can't keep in stock? You said it last week, I think.
Maybe D28.
No.
D18?
No.
M36?
I'll give you a hint. It's got mahogany back and sides.
The CEO7?
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Let's face it. The CEO7 and the SC13E are, they're up there, aren't they, with the most popular ones, or at least the ones that are seeked out the most, searched the most. So yeah, and we discussed that guitar, and that was a good episode because I owned one for a while as well. So that was a cool episode, and that is a great guitar. I'm not surprised that gets so many views because it is a great guitar. It's kind of like a custom shop high-end guitar, but it's in the standard series, which is cool. And yeah, there's just, again, it all comes back to that neck, if you like that V-neck or not.
Yeah.
Then I did, the week after you were on vacation, so Spoon Phillips joined me for an Ask Me Anything live. So thank you, Spoon, if you're watching this. After that, we did microphones for acoustic guitars.
Oh, wow.
So that was cool. I remember that one too. So we showed the differences and different sounds, and I had that clip-on mic that I showed briefly as well that I just gotten. That is a good mic, actually.
Oh, yeah,
Problem with that clip-on mic is it's great, holds up well to the $600 versions, and it's only like $100. But the problem with that is it ships from far away, and the shipping is almost as much as the microphone. So if only they can get stock over here and charge those prices, it will be good. So that was a good episode if you want to record. And I think more and more people are recording now because more and more people are doing more stuff at home, and it's a fun thing. Right, then we did the first guitar from NAMM Believe in Music in January, the Grand J16E 12 string. So it took until April for you to get that one in stock.
Actually, that was a loaner. I remember getting that and a couple other guitars for the weekend. It was something like a scene out of a movie. I had to drive to a certain location and meet my rep, and we're kind of standing in a. You guys don't know where I'm talking about, so it's not a giveaway. In the parking lot of a beer distributor in Northeast Pennsylvania, like Cloak and Dagger, and I'll give them back to you Tuesday. He's like, don't worry about it, And then he's like, where are they? Worry about it. Where are these two guitars? But it was, that wasn't even mine. We recorded a couple videos and gave them right back.
Well, that's cool.
That's how much I care about our Monday shows.
That was a good scoop you got there. Uh-oh. Then we did the Martin 00028. Well, we just did that last week. So, do you know we did that already?
No.
That's the great thing. That's the great thing with this show, because I often worry what we'll do next, Maury, or if we'll repeat something by mistake, but it doesn't seem to matter. I feel like next week we could even do the OM28 again, and it wouldn't really matter, because so many weeks fly by and people have different experiences throughout the year. You know, like myself, when we covered the D18 Authentic, I wasn't really interested, to be honest, at the time. But now I've got this renewed enthusiasm for that model. Now I'd be more into it. So I think viewers might be the same. So some viewers may not have even thought about a CEO7, and now they're thinking about it. So yes, they can go back and watch that episode again. But I think we've agreed the reason the live streams are so cool is because it's real time, and people can come in with their own comments at that moment. They're not watching a pre-recorded video. They can say how they feel right now. Like, oh, I've just started thinking about buying a CO7. Can someone in the chat tell me what they think about this? And they can ask in real time. So I don't think it really matters. But the truth is, I completely forgot we did the 0028 anyway.
So we did a repeat for real.
I don't know. I have to watch the video, but it says 0028.
Well, it's never the same show because the chat is what the show is all about. And it's never going to be the same there. And Aaron and I have no script, and we don't work at this before we get here. So even if we try to do a 0028 episode next week, there's no way we're going to get it right like the other one was. So we could probably do the same guitar every month.
Then we did the OM28 comparison again, but I think that was comparing two guitars the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool as well. Okay. All right. And after that...
Was that one tape, two tape, blue tape?
Yes.
Episode?
That was the first one with the different tapes, yeah.
All right.
After that... Okay, this is getting a bit weird now. I think we should have looked at this before we went live. Comparing the Martin OM28 and OM28 versus OM28 Modern Deluxe. That's okay. That's a different video. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
So a lot of people talk about the Modern Deluxe guitars, and we compare the Standard Series. That a lot of people are asking that question online as well. How does the Standard Series compare to the Modern Deluxe version? So we did that.
And in my defense, in fairness, it's not Aaron's fault. We're bound to doing stuff that we have in stock that Monday. So a lot of great ideas are suggested that just can't happen until we get stock. So
exactly. Yeah, there's so many I can think of right now. But if Maury doesn't have them there, then we can't do it. So we have to see what he has in stock basically that morning, and then script it around that.
Yeah.
Then we did the D Homeward.
Ooh.
The D Homeward. That might be the least watched video. Interesting. I think those really. I'll say. I think of a good word for this. Unique guitars like that. I think people aren't watching. I'm just guessing. I might be completely wrong, but I think we have the people that join us every week, and I really appreciate it, and they'll watch everything. But then the ones that get the other views, like I said, if it seems to me that if it's a standard series or something readily available that's really well regarded, they get the views. I guess people are researching for when they want to buy one, right? That's what they're doing. People aren't watching like the really unique one-off stuff as much. This is just some self note taking here. But that was cool. I like doing that. I don't want to not do that stuff. I want to do everything. Because it is a unique guitar that you don't see very often. Yeah. The week after you were away again. All these vacations. Yeah. So Spoon Phillips joined me for Martin Guitar Hangout, designing a custom guitar. We went through designing a custom guitar together. That was a really cool episode. And then the week after that, he joined. All three of us were here, and we did reviewing the designs live. That was cool.
Oh, okay, sure.
So everyone submitted a design, and we all looked at them together. That was fun. Okay, then 14th of June, we did something completely different. What was that?
14th of June was... Did we get Clayton that weekend? Was that Clayton's time?
No, you always think about Clayton. No.
I was going to say Spoon, but we just did that 2 weeks in a row. Was I on vacation again?
No, you were there. We did something completely different.
Completely different.
Come on, it's so obvious.
Electric guitars.
Yes, we did electric guitars, and you showed us your electric rig.
See, I have that in my mind as being wintertime. I'm all screwed up.
That was cool. That was fun. I think it was fun just to do something completely... And we were worried about the chat, like if they'd be upset with us. Like, this is Acoustic Guitar Monday. Why you got electric guitars? But we really wanted to give people an idea as well, because we both play and love electric guitar as well. And I think it's good to give it that to give acoustic fans like that side of it. Like, hey, maybe you should check out a Strat sometime just for something different. Yeah. I think that was a cool episode. We still haven't done my rig because my rig changes every week, so we never did my rig. But eventually we'll do my rig. Yeah, but it changes a lot. Then we did. This was a cool one. The Lux pick. You sent me a Lux pick, and we reviewed it. We reviewed a pick for an hour and a half. That's how good we are here, ladies and gentlemen.
I never got that back.
No, he never got it back. I think it fell under the carpet, or the cat. I think the cat might have eaten it. Sorry. That was pretty well received. Because I remember Martin released that, and there was a lot of talk about it because it was on the higher price side of things, like the name. It was the Lux pick, and everyone was talking about, oh, that pick is $20, whatever it is, and it got a lot of talk. But we liked it, right? We liked it. I haven't switched to it. I still use my Jazz 3 XL, and I'll probably use this for the rest of my life, to be fair, because that's what I'm so used to. But I did like the Martin pick. And I said at the time, which we should have mentioned this last week, because I said at the time, that pick would be, the best thing for that pick would be a gift for Christmas. So it's a shame we didn't do this last week, yeah. Because it's presented so well. You get a little case and a little pouch. That would be a great gift for anyone. Okay, so remember, for next year, if you can't think of something, the Lux pick. Start planning ahead. All right, then after that, we did another custom shop. This was on the 28th of June, 21. You started getting a lot of custom shop guitars in. And this guitar was the Addy... Oh, this was the Addy Dreadnought.
Yeah.
But was it that one, or was it the 28? Didn't you get a 28 with an Addy top as well?
Yeah, but if we say it was this one, I'll feel more right.
I'm going to pull the video up and see. Let's make sure it's muted. Is it? Would it be that same guitar then? Because it's not. It looks different.
I don't think so.
So you got a couple of those in, did you?
Yeah, I think we had 4 or 5 of each.
It looks like it to me. Yes, it is. Okay, so who got that right? Of course, it was David Belcher. Good job, David. You were right.
And me.
I'll give you a round of applause. All right, so that's cool. So we've covered that model before, but it was a different guitar.
Cool.
And what was after that? Addy Dreadnought. Then we did the Summer NAMM recap. All right, let's talk about that for a second, because that was great. That was probably the highlight of my year. I said I always go to NAMM. I always go to Winter and Summer NAMM the last few years, and they said they were going to do Summer NAMM, and it was all a bit, as we know, a bit kind of like, should I go, should I not? Is it worth it? Was the biggest question. Is it actually worth the trip to go there for what they were going to have? Everyone knew there wouldn't be anything kind of major there from any company, and it was more of a get-together, which is exactly what it was. But was that the first NAMM or Summer NAMM you've been to, Maury? I forgot.
No, we went to a couple other ones many years ago. It's the first one I've been to in at least maybe 10 years.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. I always love it. I love Nashville, and I love NAMM and seeing the people there, because I get to see my friends like Larry Fishman and Chris Martin. Yeah, not really. I get to say hello.
Sorry.
I get to talk at people.
Oh, I don't think that's true. I tried to get your attention more than a few times. Like, shut up! I'm talking to Larry Fishman.
I know.
Okay.
It's like when you're a teenager and you're at a dance and you're talking to a girl you like, and your friends come and like, don't talk to me now. It was like I'm talking to Larry Fishman, and Maury comes over. Get out of here! Oh, he's gonna want that for his recordings. Hang on. Be quiet. Get out of here! Okay, you can take that. You did one last week I was going to do for today. I forgot to do it. You said, on your stream, you said something like, and this is the D18. If you want to take this home today, show me the money. I thought, wow, that's a great one. I'm
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm gonna rip that out.
I could do that better for you. I'll do that off camera.
You say that all the time? Wow.
Well,
You're
no, I just
aggressive.
like that Jerry Maguire scene where, you know.
Oh, it's a quote. Okay. I thought you were just being very aggressive with your sales pitch.
Of course it's a quote. Come on now.
It's like, come on, show me the money.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought you were just being really aggressive with your sales pitches that day. Okay.
That stings a little bit. No,
I'm glad we brought that up.
I'm a
Haven't
movie
seen
buff.
that. Haven't seen that movie, so I'm glad we brought that up.
Time out. I don't want. This isn't a good radio, but you haven't seen Jerry Maguire?
I haven't. Perhaps I'll watch it tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, perhaps I'll watch it tonight. All right, I'm going to go over the chat, but first, a quick word from our sponsor today. This is Aaron from Soundhole Sniffer, TM. Get your merchandise from my store on Teespring today. Okay, great.
Subtle.
All right, the chat is flying by. I need to come back over here. Okay, so Bimo said the overall sound was great of the M36. I didn't know much about it before. And Old says, Monday shows are responsible for my new appreciation for Addy tops. Yeah, I think we all like Addy from the videos. I remember 2021 we all learned about Addy and heard it, and I think we all said we liked it, which is cool. Olds would love to compare a used 0018V with a new CEO 7, but both are very hard to find. Yes, they are, especially to do a comparison like that. That would be near on impossible, unfortunately. CO7 has Addy top. Yes, it does. That's a great little guitar. Ken, what do you think of 90s D and HD 28s? I don't know, Ken, 'cause I'm too young. Let's ask Maury. How were the 90s D28s and HD 28s?
Well, I'm taking a little bit of offense to that, but it wasn't anything really to stay away from or to jump to. You know, you hear some talk about certain decades and certain time periods.
70s.
The 90s. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think there's anything really special, positive or negative about them. The necks are going to be a little bit different. I think back then they were called low profile or low oval. There was something slightly different about the 90s necks before they came into what they're doing now. So as far as that, you might find something you like better or worse, but I wouldn't say you have to aim to find one, and if you do find one, I wouldn't run away from it. I think they're just a little bit different.
Yeah, I wasn't in. So I started playing in a band in '96, and my first acoustic ever, I think, it was a Yamaha and then a Fender, and Martin wasn't even on my radar until really until 2015. So I don't know much about it. And the first Martins I really got into were like the retros, which are basically now the standard series now. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'd love to play one actually, because the 90s were a good time. So I'd love to play one. That'd be very interesting to compare Martins from each decade, wouldn't it? 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
That'd be a heck of a video. Okay, you ready for a personal question, Maury?
Always.
How many custom shop Martins did you sell this year?
Did we? That's a good question. This is a guess, so don't hold me to it, but I would think maybe 50 or 60.
And this has been a good year actually, Maury, because I never really thought of you as a custom shop store, and the fact you've shown so many on the stream this year has made me realize you're constantly ordering custom shop guitars, and I never really knew that before we did the live streams. So that's cool. I think that's really good. I think it's really good because, as I said in my unboxing of the OM28 Engelmann guitar, I don't have to take the risk. I mean, I can take the risk. I think taking the risk is fun. But for people like me that want to actually see you demo the guitar on your live stream and then purchase it, that's a cool thing. You know, I don't have to just say, right, I want this guitar, let's order it and hope it comes out how I want it to. Which, like I said, I think that'd be really exciting to do. I'm not against it, but it's also cool that you're ordering them, quite a lot of them, and then you can show them, and then someone can say, oh, that's a great guitar, and it's a custom, and I haven't got to wait 8 months, and I can just buy it right now. I think that's a cool thing.
Where it comes in, you're like, ugh, I don't want that.
Exactly. I don't want that one. Keep that. Rowan says, I got to try a new CEO 7 a couple of months ago. It seemed to have more clarity and projection than my 0018V. Uh-oh, which is warmer and sweeter. The neck also seemed a bit chunkier. So is this good or bad, Rowan? Do you like that or not? Here we go. Overall, I preferred my 0018V for its smoothness and neck. So I made the correct choice. For me,
See?
I remember that custom guitar episode. That was fun. Cool. Electric guitars are my favourite, says Chatter. And well, you should try the SC13E then, because that's really who they're aiming at. Electric guitar players. Old says, thanks, Roeth. Do you know if the 0018V neck is similar to the Clapton neck? I think this question comes up a lot. We often talk about the V-necks and how they're sometimes slightly different, don't we, Maury?
Yep.
So, I'm not sure, because the only people with a 0018V is Roeth and Kooky. Because they bought them used. Oh, he's answered already. I think they're supposed to be the same. Based on my vague memory, though, the Eric Clapton neck felt a bit thicker. Could have been my imagination. I didn't play them back to back.
Huh.
Steve Smith says, thanks both of you for your shows and your music and your input on all of the beautiful, amazing sound of Martin guitars. And also thanks Spoon Phillips. Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Roa says, I remember liking the Eric Clapton neck as well. Peter Gregg's in the house. Happy New Year. Almost.
Hey.
Thank you, Peter.
What's up, Peter?
Mark Johnson, I have the Soundhole Sniffer mug and shirt. Could you do an ink pin? I need to do more. There's other stores aside from teespring.com that do even more merchandise. I thought about looking at them. But Teespring do the thing on YouTube where I can have the products on each video, which is good for me as well. Yeah, so I will look to see if there's some other things. But I got a lot to do this year. It's good. Craig Wiggins, just wondering if either of you have experience or thoughts on the tone right system. We've mentioned it a few times, Craig, and that's really the kind of thing where we'd actually need to do the tests. And I've said before, but actually I think David or someone here said they like it and they recommend it. For me, it's something I'd have to test. And I said last time, it's hard to test that in the winter because of the humidity problems here. So I'd want to do it in the summer because you're supposed to leave the guitar open with it sitting on top of it. I don't think I want to put it in the case with it. And then the problem with that is they say you've got to use it for quite a long time. So then my thoughts are always, well, doesn't the guitar kind of change a bit anyway in time? How are you actually going to monitor that? It's hard enough monitoring does a pickup affect the tone when you whip it out, put the new saddle in and play again, let alone having the tone right sit in the guitar for a week or two or 3 or 4 and then deciding did it make a difference. So it's one of those things, like I feel like it should. I feel like if the guitar is moving constantly, it should be doing something, but I don't know. I would need to redo a full in-depth video on that. Have you ever tried it, Maury? The tone right?
I did a couple of years ago. I think I tried it for a couple of weeks. If I'm remembering right, I don't remember who gave it to me, and I think it made a difference. But it was one of those things where it was across at least 10 days, and I think I hear something, and it's what I can say is I didn't walk away from that experiment thinking that did nothing. But I remember being a little bit unsure of trusting what I'm hearing. But if pressed, I would say it does something.
Yeah, I think it has to. It's just, like I said, very hard to monitor. I'd have to try it for myself. Peter Gregg got 2 Kali LP6 monitors for Christmas. I sound bigger. How can you sound even bigger than you are, Peter? You sound huge. Now, I've heard good things about the Kali LP6s, actually. So that's cool. That was a good recommendation.
Nice.
And Maury, I intend to do a 1080 video on YouTube using the E10 for you.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to that. I have that on my radar. Peter's going to hook me up with a professional comparison or opinion about the Sony. I never say that right. Is it the Sony E10?
ZV-E10.
ZV-E10. Yeah. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate it.
In 1080. And Peter Gregg only does 4K, so you're very lucky.
I feel lucky.
Is Maury old? Should I speak slower? That's horrible. What a horrible comment from Peter Gregg. Get out of here, Peter.
True.
Get out of here, Peter. Michael, how you doing? Good to see you. Regarding the pretty finger-picking progression Maury often plays, you get asked about this a lot lately. Last week he mentioned he played that live with vocals harmonies one time. Is there a version online with vocals? Love that tune. Well, perhaps he'll play it for us right now. Can you play that for us?
I can. And to answer that question, thank you very much. I'll try to find it, and I'll put it in the link. I'll link it in the description after this video goes into replay. It was a private party that we did back in August, and I don't remember if we put it on YouTube for all the world to see, or if but it's somewhere, so I could find the unlisted version and just list it. But it's a really cool song when you hear the other guys singing, is what I mean to say. There's a funny story that goes with that too, Aaron, that I don't know if I told you on camera, but I've been doing that a lot on the podcast every Tuesday, and I do it to show the guitar's voice when it's capoed up on the 4th fret with something like a Colorado capo, and that's been what I've been doing that for 30 or 40 episodes, and I've been doing it every Tuesday the same way. When it gets to that song, that passage, I capo on the 4th fret. And at this private party gig, we kept talking about which song should we do, and I said, I can't find my capo. Let's do that in the next set. And I said that for like an hour and a half, and Nick finally looked at me and he said, it's in D. It's like, oh yeah, I capo it up just for that podcast. I don't capo that up to sing it, and we ended up doing it, one of the last songs we did, so it really should be just the way I did it right there, and I could have played it any time. So. Did
you sing it in that higher key then, or not?
No, when I do the higher key, that's just for the podcast, to show off the guitar in a different voice. It's never been sung in that high key, and I thought it was so conditioned to me, capo 4th fret, that I would have tried to until he reminded me, you wrote that song in D, do it in D, and I had to be told. So
I love that shape when you just move the open C up 2 frets till you get the D shape. I love the just play it for us. I love the kind of dissonance you get in a way as well. It's not dissonance, but it's nice.
You get that half-step thing.
Yeah. I guess that is dissonance then, yeah. Compared to it. It's funny, isn't it? Because it's easier to play than an open D or a D bar chord, and yet it makes you sound really like fancy. And then if you keep moving it up, you can do like in the F, like an F as well, right? You just keep moving it up the fretboard. I've always liked those chords. Yeah.
Isn't that's I won't get copyright problems, but that's an old 70s song too.
Yeah, that's one of the first things I ever did with the guitar. Just like take the shape and just move it up, like especially like the E, and just have all those strings ringing. It just makes everything sound much more colourful. Yeah. Yep, cool stuff. Dan in New Jersey saw a video that suggested the V-neck was developed before truss rods to help with stability. Gibson invented the truss rod. Yeah, so the Authentics... Do the Authentics have a truss rod?
No.
Oh, they don't have one.
They have a rod, but most of them have a rod that's not adjustable.
Okay, so that could be true then. The necks were fatter for that reason, because you can't just tweak them. They have to stay where they are.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, no way around it really. Spoon deserves a big 2021 thanks. Yes, he does.
Here. David
loves the tone right system. Each of my guitars have roughly 1,000 hours. I did contact them about doing a video, and they basically said, yes, you can do it, but you want to use a high-end guitar and do it for a long time. And so even they were a little bit like, how will that translate into a video? If I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's one of those things.
That's a really good point, Aaron, because a lot of things that make a difference musically and tonally won't be easy to portray or correctly capture and share on a video, let alone a stream. It doesn't mean that they're not worth it or they don't work, but you might not get the benefits from them. You know, Lori's always telling me, why don't you guys do picks? Well, I mean, you know, we did the Lux pick, but I think if we would spend a lot of time doing picks or strings, and the limitations of YouTube compression would maybe narrow the gap, we'd falsely give everybody watching, but that doesn't make a difference. Sure it does, but I think some things have to be heard in person, and that's a real slippery slope I don't want to get into, but that's really well said when you just brought that up.
Well, I feel like if you're going to do that, you could do something like high quality audio files that you put in a link below the video so people can listen in uncompressed audio. You could do that, which would be cool. And I don't think that doesn't mean I don't want to do it, because then it'd be more about my experience. If I made a video on tone right, it'd be more like, I've done this for a month and this is my experience. I also think though that the videos can be useful, because for myself, sometimes I think my experience is a certain way, and I watch those videos back as I'm editing them and realize there is a difference. So for me, the whole experience, there's still something to be taken from that.
Yeah.
I still think it would work. I still think it would work. I just think, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just had a couple of reviewers that didn't like it. I don't know. But I trust David's opinion, and he says he loves it. So it's something I want to check out. And I definitely feel like this year I bought one 10-year-old guitar, and my old Maya was a 10-year-old guitar, and they both sounded really good. So I do think the aging of a guitar works. At the same time, I've not been that impressed with VTS over the years so far. So I don't know. This is all stuff you have to just try. But I'm just saying, I'm being very honest. Like in the past, I mean, things come back to haunt me that I've said on videos, and sometimes for me, it's making the video that makes me change my mind as well. All right. So I've compared the custom Maya that I bought from you to the OMJM that I still own, and to me, just strumming them separately in the room, I much prefer the custom. But I think when I make the video comparison, it's different, because I'll really listen, and I'll be recording, I'll be looking at the screen and the files and everything. I think then as I'm doing that, I learn more things. So I do think there is value in everything. I understand what you're saying about, you know, the way I say you've really got to feel the guitar neck to know which neck you like and stuff like that. That stuff always comes into it, right? You can't do everything on a video. Like we joked last week about doing virtual reality stuff. Of course, that'd be better. Of course, being there yourself and making a decision based on how you feel about something at the time is the best thing. But but a lot of information does come out. And heck, even if I just said, you know what, I don't know. Even if I just said I tried the tone right and I don't know. I mean, that's still, you know. Yeah, at that point it comes down more to my opinion rather than evidence, you know. So I don't know. I will try it at some point. And I'm glad it works for David. And by the way, David just sent a super chat. So thank you, David. I really appreciate the support. You get one of these. Thanks for supporting the channel. I look forward to what we can do for you in 2022. I can't believe I'm saying that. 2022. I'm ready for you, Martin. I'm ready for that new pickup system you're working on. Right. Old says, Kali LP6s are an amazing deal, especially the 2.0 versions. Yeah, I don't have them, but I've heard great things about them from many people. When can we hear Aaron, Maury, and Spoon playing on a show together? Well, if you mean in person, probably not for a few years, but we've actually talked about, now we're doing the restreaming, we've talked about doing a show with Clayton, Maury, Marshall, basically everybody on one show. And I think we're still going to do that. We just have a hard time getting everyone together at the same time and with the technology and everything. But we can actually do that now. We can do a show which broadcasts to all of our Facebook channels, all of our YouTube channels at the same time. And we can have 5 or even more of us at the same time. So I think we are planning on doing that at some point. It just hasn't worked out yet. That's where Maury says, yeah, that's right, we're doing it soon. He's not saying anything.
Well, I'm laughing because we always talk about doing it, and then we just, somebody said which day we're going to do it. And then we did try twice, and for good reasons it wouldn't have worked. You know, the day wasn't right for all 4 or 5 of us, but it feels like that's sliding into like, when's it going to really happen? I'm up for it, you know. I'm
up for it. Yeah. I think it's nice to have an occasion. Like I kind of wanted to do it for Christmas, but we're all too busy again. But it'd be good to have like an occasion and then all get together and do it, or even a theme. We could even choose like an artist or something. We could do like Beatles, and everyone does a Beatles song. It's just like when you're in a band, and you're planning a band rehearsal. Like, I can do Tuesday, I can do Wednesday, I can do Thursday, I can do Friday. Okay. Michael says, awesome, thanks. Look forward to the link. Oh, that's the link that Maury's going to post later.
Yep.
Lisa says, Maury sounds great.
Thank you.
Old says, another thing I learned from you guys, the Colorado Capo. Very good. David Belcher, thank you so much for your support with the super chat. It means a lot. Sergio says, this is the most beautiful guitar I've seen and heard. That's quite a statement, Sergio. Old says, there's got to be analysis software which graphs sonic differences with strings, tone right treatment, etc. There is. I have it. The EQ matching basically does that. But the problem with an acoustic guitar is, I was thinking about this just today, the reason we love acoustic guitars is because they are all so different. The wood has this personality, for better or worse, right? We've all bought or played a guitar we didn't really bond with or like, and put it down to maybe the wood of that guitar. Or is it that, what is it? There's so many factors in a wood acoustic guitar. And I think that's what I love about it. That's why we can just continuously talk about this stuff, because there isn't really just a straight answer to a lot of this stuff. A lot of it is opinion and personal preferences, and I think that's why it makes such a good chat show. But yeah, you can certainly do that. I'd love to do that with many things. I'd love to actually have like an actual kind of lab and scientists that actually say, right, let's take this pickup out and measure it in this same environment and same humidity, because I can do stuff like that here, but it's not easy when you're by yourself and doing it and putting things back in. And I don't know, I wonder sometimes if even Martin and these companies do that stuff, like measure things like that. But who knows?
Does. Yeah.
They well, I guess with the VTS they did, right? And I know they do with their pickups to check things like that. So yeah, so I'd love to do that to a greater extent, but it's not the easiest thing to measure. Randy Upchurch, good to see you here. Continued holiday greetings and much love from Southern Illinois, my brothers. Peace. Good to see you, Randy.
Thank you.
Craig Wiggins, I like your hear it live idea, Maury. Let's all head over to Maury's shop and we'll listen and buy. We'll show you the money.
Yeah.
So Craig is actually a relative of Maury, but thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Dad. No, thank you very much. That would be awesome. One day, we're going to have a big party when it's safe enough.
Here you go. How about you all get together and play for Maury's opening of the new store?
I haven't heard a better idea all day.
Yeah, that could be the one. All right, back over to our recap. So where did I leave off? Okay, we're talking about Summer NAMM. That was a great time. Really enjoyed that, and we actually got to hang out together for the first time in years. So that was cool.
Yeah.
So then we did Addy versus Sitka again. OM guitar. So you had the custom OM and the standard series, and we compared those two, which was cool. So more comparisons.
Good.
And then after that, we did. Aha! Guess what was next?
I don't know, but that was a good face. Give me a hint.
Well, I bought it, so too easy.
OMJM?
Yeah. No, OM28 Custom Engelmann. So that was August the 2nd. So that's when you'd ordered that guitar. And you joked about it before, and I've been like, I thought, I bet he has done it, but it never really showed up for what seemed quite a long time. I guess it was 10 months, right?
Yeah.
And then it showed up. Yeah, and that was on August the 2nd. So that was a cool episode. That was fun.
Nice.
And then we did OM28V. So we did your guitar. Aha, and finally a guitar he has there. So grab your guitar, Maury. Because we did that guitar. There we go. I said grab any guitars you've got in stock that we covered if you can. This is not available for sale. Well, I do wonder, what if I offered you 50 grand for it right now? Okay.
Take it.
He posted on social the other day that he wouldn't sell it. It's not for sale for anything. And I thought, yeah, what if I said 50k?
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, you just ruined it.
That's a lot of vacations.
I thought you were going to say, no.
I probably
Okay.
should.
Yeah. So we discussed this guitar and the history of it because everyone's always up. Well, when I say everyone, I mean Kooky is always asking about it. So that was for him. That was cool. And then we did. Can you guess the Mystery Martin? So that was the first kind of podcast live, mystery podcast live we did. That was August the 16th. The week after that, the week after that was the True Love, which Rosanna loves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, but the week before that was Spoon again. Did Ask Me Anything live. They were good episodes, very very informative. But the week after that was the True Love, which he has here. Still has the True Love, and he's going to play it for us right now.
Thank you. Look at that.
I know. I could see how careful you were being with the strumming. I was laughing to myself. It's like he does not want that pick to hit those graphics on that.
Nope.
The back is my favorite actually. The wood and the graphics, awesome. Yeah, a very again unique guitar. Very unique. Look at the inlay on the neck. So go back and watch that episode if you like that. But don't buy it because that's Rosanna's when she finally comes to the States. Right, Rosanna? Can you confirm that? Okay, you can buy it, but you've got to explain to her that you bought it, not me. Okay.
Fair enough.
Let's talk about your bathroom right now. I'll get to that in a second. So, lost my spots. True Love. Okay, True Love. And then we did Ask Me Anything with Spoon again. All these weeks you had off. It's not acceptable. The week after that. Okay, M36 and M36 Custom. So that was a cool episode because we spoke about the M36. I think maybe, well, we haven't had it on that often. And then you had the custom version as well, and we compared them. That didn't get many views, which is interesting.
Wow.
I mean, the M36 is so interesting to me because it is an in-betweener. It is, it's not the one you hear talked about that much, and yet it has its fans for sure. I'll have to look into that guitar in the future. But yeah, I don't know. That was fun though, and that was another comparison. Then we compared again the OM28 and the M36. That got more views actually. So OM28 and M36. That was a good one. And then we did comparing again. We got on the comparison train GPC 28E and M36.
If I remember right, I think this was a lot of you tell us what to do. We'd be in a good conversation on a Monday, and somebody in the chat would say, "I would love to see," and that really carried a lot of weight.
Yeah, that was good. And I'll say it again, if you're watching, let us know what you'd like to see in 2022. Then we did Ask Me Anything again. Spoon again?
Get out.
Spoon, wow. It's been so long since I spoke to him. recently, but he was on all these episodes. I must try and get him back in 2022.
Yes.
Then we did the GPC 13E Zero Cote, so we finally got it in stock in October. That was so funny because all those guitars got announced at the January NAMM thing, and then they took so long to come through. And there it is right there.
Yeah, that was funny, yeah.
And let's see the back. You know, a lot of companies don't do that, Maury. There you go, I love that. A lot of companies don't do that for the very reason that when you announce something you can't buy, all you get on your social media and all your dealers get is, when can I buy it? 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 Right? I bet you had that with these guitars, right? Have you got it yet? Have you got it? Have you got it? Have you got it? I love the back of these. Awesome.
Isn't that what they say NAMM stands for? Not available, maybe May?
Yeah. Yeah. Not available, maybe May. That's true, actually. I guess nothing changed there. Yeah, they were showing prototypes, right? Now, we all know that NAMM has been moved to Anaheim in June, and I'm going to try to go if I can make it work. It's really tough because June is going to be more expensive to fly. It's going to be more expensive to stay there because of Disney, and it's going to be a time when I possibly will have some weddings come in. I can't afford to turn down. I would like to go, but I don't know. It's the thing is, I've heard they are still doing that virtual event for 1 or 2 days in January 2022. So there may be some announcements next month from Martin. But again, hold your breath. And even if there is, they either probably won't be shipping right away, or if they are shipping, they'll all sell out, which is the other problem you have, right? When something's hard to get, they just sell out. So, you know, I'll take it with a pinch of salt. But I hope that they do announce something. And I hope it's the SC28E. Or the authentic version 2. This time, even more authentic.
Authenticer.
All right, so we're almost caught up here. So it's we did humidity. So that was obviously, well, was that right? I feel like we've jumped.
Yeah, we saved that for the fall, right?
Yeah, the GPC. Oh no, hang on, I've jumped over something. Oh yeah, we after that was 25th of October. We did the GPC 13E versus GPC 28E.
Oh, yeah. That's smart.
Yeah, yeah, and I like the 28E. That's why I sold my Aura F1 28 that I bought, and I bought the 28E from you with the Anthem instead. And that's currently the guitar I take to gigs.
Cool.
So it was getting quite. It felt really kind of like the action had really dropped because obviously I'm out and about with it, and I usually keep it in the soft case, although the room is humidified here. So a few days ago, I got the hard case out and I put the guitar in there with 2 dampers and the humidipack at the headstock as well to try and get the thing to come back, because I could just feel like everything had just dropped, you know. So I'm like, I get some humidity back in this guitar. That's the problem. I really bought that as a gigging guitar, but that's the problem with a gigging guitar. You got to be very careful. You're taking it out all the time. You can't really keep it controlled unless you use a hard shell case, which I always recommend, but I don't want to carry that to a gig on the subway, so I use my soft case, and that's where you got to be careful. That tip I always talk about from Evan is cool, where you get a garbage, it sounds terrible, but you get a garbage bag or a plastic bag and you put it around the body with a humidifier inside it and you tie it, and then you lock in, at least you lock in some of the humidity and it's getting humidified. But it seems to be okay. It hasn't cracked, so I must listen to my own advice. It's tough when you're taking guitars out all the time. You know, even when you go from in the train to the outside, then to the venue, and the case is cold. You know, I try not to open it up straight away. I try to set up the PA and then open the guitar, so I've had time to acclimate. A lot of people are struggling with that right now. A lot of people got new guitars for Christmas or recently, and the box is showing up ice cold, and they're asking on social media, is it safe to open the box? Can I open the box? And be careful, because all the time I see, yeah, it's no problem. Now, people will tell you that when it's not their guitar. But if that case is ice cold, do not open it in a hot room, because that's just asking for trouble.
No. And it's funny, you talk about taking the guitar out way after you're done setting up the PA, but these days it probably takes 5 minutes to set up the PA.
No, the gigs I play, I have to take this. Think about it. I take the guitar in, I sit it down. I then have to get the stuff in and plug it in. Yeah, I mean 5, maybe 10 minutes, but even that, even that is more sensible than going in and just opening it and sticking it on a stand. And then, I mean, I would never do that anyway, because I don't want someone to come and pick it up and start playing it. So
Sure.
it all kind of goes together. But yeah, you know,
I mean,
was
versus like 20 years ago when it took like an hour and a half to set up a PA system. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When I was first did my shows back in England, I had a really old. I say old school. The speakers were made from wood. They were heavy, and I had a big mixer I didn't need, powered mixer.
Yeah.
And I remember I used to need like an hour, or I needed like 30 minutes to set up, and then 15 minutes to sort of sit down and chill out, and then play. Maybe 45 and then 15. It took me a lot longer than now. But I've also chosen gear now, which is very easy to set up for that reason. Because I want to run in New York. You want to run in, and I never mean this in a way that I'm kind of like compromising my show or like not taking stuff. But I want to be portable, mobile, and have stuff that works great and won't take me hours to set up. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's a good rig, and I like you said, it makes sense anyway. But I learned that going to the guitar tech, because he told me like, just put the guitar down there, or if I have an electric and acoustic, put your acoustic down there, let it sit while I look at the electric, and then I'll look at the acoustic. So just that's the advice that I'm following. Then we did humidity and guitars. I hope everyone is looking into that, especially now, because it's really important. Then we finally did the OOL Earth on the 8th of November.
Ah.
And Robert, through that guitar, Robert's become a really good friend of mine. And he's been working hard on the museum. And Maury went and took some pictures there. He even got some pictures of the OM28 John Mayer prototype guitar. And yeah, I look forward to seeing more of him in 2022 as well. He's killing it there. And then we did Can You Guess the Mystery Guitar? That was November 15th. I forgot about that one. We did one fairly recently. And then we did the OMJM versus custom. And to be honest, that's why I wanted to buy the custom. So in this respect, it did work, Maury, because we didn't compare my OMJM to that custom, but we compared a OMJM that you have there to the custom. And I felt from doing that game that there was a big enough difference that I wanted the custom. And I also knew that I'd never be able to afford the real thing again. So that just seemed like the way to go. And yeah, so for me, that video was really valuable. And I was a bit scared about suggesting we did. I was scared and not scared. I was scared in that I wouldn't like the custom. But then again, that wouldn't have been a bad thing if I preferred the guitar I already owned. But I actually, I noticed, you know, I don't want to say I hugely preferred it, but it was noticeably better to me, and that's why I wanted it. And it'll be interesting when I do my video on this end, won't it, as well, to see if the two things match up. So I quite like that we do that as well. Yeah, so that's cool. So that proves to me that those videos are valuable for people, especially if they're shopping for a guitar, and we can compare two. Then they can. You know, I do think listening with the headphones and not seeing the guitar does make a big difference. Then we did a Q&A, nice casual Q&A, which is very well received. I think people like to just hang out and chat, which is cool. And then we did the 0028E Modern Deluxe.
Okay.
0028E Modern Deluxe, 6th of December. And then we did the 0018, 13th of December. Then we did, you know what we did after that? The 0028.
Right.
Oh, I was thinking before we did the 00. We didn't do the 0028. We did 0028. So maybe we didn't repeat ourselves.
Oh, good.
That's pretty impressive, isn't it? To do every single week and not repeat ourselves and find all this stuff to talk about and still have things to talk about. That brings us to today, December 27th, which is the recap. Whew. I think that deserves a round of applause.
I think the chat does. I think the chat. Listen to this. If we tried to do this without you guys, we'd be, I don't know, 5 or 6 episodes in, and we would just. I'm sure it would be okay, but it wouldn't be what it is. So thank you very much, everybody who watches and shares and supports. This is really all. It's your show, honestly.
So let's along those lines. Let's finish the chat messages, and we'll finish up with what our favorite video of the year was individually, and what we're looking forward to in 2022. Because next week will be 2022, which is crazy. Mark Henry says, free beer at Maury's. You said it, not me. New stores episode special guest Tommy Emmanuel. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Well, can you imagine? That custom OM28V is happy at my house. So Matthew Carver, congratulations. You bought the OM28V, which is a copy of Maury's guitar, right, Maury?
Oh, yes, he did. Yep. Thank you.
Very cool. Again, if you want to send us some pictures or video of it, be my guest. I didn't do a viewer's comment today because I knew we wouldn't have time, but also, to be honest with you, I don't have any. So any videos you want to send to be played, be my guest.
Those are good reasons.
The beer is free at Maury's. The key to the bathroom is $10. That's a good one. I like that.
Ooh.
I've never heard that before.
I should try that.
That deserves one of these.
Who said that?
David Belcher, of course.
David, good thinking.
The beer is free. The key to the bathroom is $10. Rosanna loves that true love. And one day her true love will buy the true love. For his true love. Mark Henry's laughing at the joke. Lisa's laughing at the joke. Maury's bathroom key is like gas station keys. It's attached to a backpacker. So you never lose it. That's fine. Rosanna says, yes, it's all mine. Keep your hands off that true love. I knew it. Michael says, what is your desert island guitar? Oh, okay, question for us. Meaning have one guitar for the rest of your life. This is a great question. I think about this sometimes. I have those moments where I want to sell everything and just have one electric, one acoustic, less maintenance, more space, and just focus on those two guitars. So I always think that's a great idea and I can never decide. So he's saying, which one would you choose for life? It must be a Martin. Okay, so this is so easy for Maury because it's obviously going to be his guitar that he's already had most of his life, which is the OM28V, right?
Probably. I could stretch this answer out to be longer, but probably that, yeah.
And I really struggle with this because I play plugged in pretty much all the time. I rarely play unplugged. Live streaming has made me record and play unplugged more than I ever did before. So to me, that's really important, but plugging in is still really important. So, holy cow, I don't know. I mean, if I had to grab a guitar right now and run out the door because the place was falling down, it would probably be the GPC 28E Anthem or the HDC Anthem, whichever one is closer, because they're great all-round guitars. Like the Anthem is one of my favorite systems, and then again, can we say I could add a pickup to another guitar? Then I would grab the custom and add the Anthem. I don't know. It's.
Answer the question. It's your show. You have to answer. Oh, man.
This changes every day. It's like asking someone their favorite child.
Well, just answer for today.
I'm going to say the GBC 28E because I've been gigging it. And to me, if I'm gigging a guitar and it's paying my bills, then that's got to mean a lot. Right? It's got to be. But ask me next week, I'll tell you something else. That is a tough. Yeah, Maury, I spent all these weeks making these, or years making these pickup reviews and trying all these pickups. Yeah. And what does someone do? They email me or they come on my comments and say, okay, so which one's the best? Which one should I get? I mean, it's not. If it was that easy, I wouldn't have made these videos. I would have just bought it and get on with my life. But, you know, the reason I make these videos is because I am so indecisive and I do like so many different things at different times. That's exactly why I make the videos. And half of making the video is so I can watch it back at some point and think, did I like that? Or do I like that? Oh no, I didn't really like. I've done it for that reason as well. So it is really hard for me to answer. But I always say the gear that I use to pay the bills is obviously really important. And I also haven't made enough videos about that. Like I do need to make the video of what I actually take to a show right now. Like what do I take right now? Yeah, because I talk a lot about what I like and what I'd like to get and what I'd like to see. But I should also remember to talk about what I'm using at the moment and why I choose that for that gig. So that ties into that. So okay, if it's got to be a Martin, I'll stick with the GPC 28E, which is now discontinued. So there you go. Since it's a really tough question, you can also pick your top two. Oh, I didn't read that part. Top two guitars. Okay, so I'll say the GBC 28E and the custom that I just got, the Engelmann custom. Okay. And Maury will be that guitar, and you get one more.
Probably my 0028 VS, Maury's music from 2003.
Okay, there you go. Now, Michael, what's your favorite? Rosanna's off dreaming of guitars. Agreed on getting Spoon back in 2022. Crazy how many times he appeared this year. Feels like it's been a long time. Yeah, he did like tons at one time. Well, because he could. He had time. But now he's doing things. He's not as available. But we'll try to get him back on for a special. Especially around something like the NAMM show or some big announcement, of course. Hope he's still not muted. That's horrible, David. Because last time he was on, last time he was on, we had a big thing with all of us and Clayton. There was going to be a big discussion. No, it was me, Clayton, and him, and he did the first half of the show, and then Clayton came on. I thought, great, we're going to really talk about nitty gritty now of working at Martin Guitar, and then he went muted and couldn't unmute himself. It was like it was horrible.
I remember watching that from vacation, and Clayton said the show was great, but Spoon. I'm like, what's the matter? He's like, you'll see.
You're on mute. There's a T-shirt that says that. You're on mute. We could pitch into getting Rosanna a backpacker and paint the lovebirds on it. Yeah, that'd be the SE edition of that guitar. Could only fit butterflies. Poor old backpacker.
I know.
I'm ordering a Brazilian backpacker. Lisa's laughing. Oh, Laurie's Mishmash, how you doing? Starting in to say hello, Aaron Shaw. Good to see you, Laurie. Laurie's a part of the community with Metalhead Hippie, and they played some of the Christmas duet over the Christmas, so thank you. Nice. They've got a great community over there. That's impressive. Round of applause. I'm not sure what they ran. Is it you're playing or the amount of videos we made? Laurie says, congrats on a great year. Yeah, it's been great. I think, like I said, Maury and I deserve a pat on the back. We've made all these videos together, all these live streams. Chillerism, I swear I thought you did a show on the custom J28 at some point. You know, I think that was the year before. Chillerism.
Yeah, that might have been late 2020. I know we did.
Yeah. And Dan says, hey, Laurie. She says, hey, Dan. December 27th, the day we discussed Maury's bathroom and Rosanna's True Love backpacker. Hey, I told you it'd be casual today.
Wow.
If you're on a desert island, why would you need to plug in?
Yeah.
Good point. Because Kooky might be there and create a acoustic amp from stones and rocks and twigs, and I get to plug in. That's why I wrote it.
Probably.
Stardance, good to see you here. Hello, guys. Do you have any info on the Martin new pickup? Cheers. Have a great new year. New pickup? All right, Maury, start talking.
Ooh, well, here's the deal. I'll tell you, third week of January.
Oh, I really hope. Can you imagine? I'm going to be so excited if they do. Okay, we can get that in 1 second. Okay, does this Desert Island have a PA system? Okay, all right. Probably does. Definitely the funniest show of the year. Good, that was my intention. Great guitar choices, Aaron and Maury. Thanks for playing along. I know it's a tough question. I think I have to pick my new D28 Sunburst. Congratulations. Christian, hello, Aaron, everyone. Merry Christmas. And one more spam. So, do me a favor. Subscribe to Aaron Short Music and Maury's Music and ring the bell so you hear of our future videos coming to 2022. And we're going to finish with this one. Along those lines, what are you looking forward to the most in 2022, Maury?
With our show?
Let's say Martin Guitar.
I'm looking forward to being able to get more stock, more accessibly. I want to be able to have good conversations like this and tell viewers things like, if we don't have it, we can get it very quickly. And what I want to try to get away from is having these great conversations that always end in, it's going to be a year till we see it. So I'm looking forward to being able to be surrounded by the instruments that are making the conversation as fun as this is. And it's selfish, and believe me, there are bigger problems in the world, and I'm so grateful we have any. So don't take that the wrong way. But I'm looking forward to when this can be like it used to be. We could talk about all the guitars we want. Most of them are here, and a lot of them are 2 days away. So that's my hope. It might need most of next year to get that far, but I'm looking forward to that.
I remember you used to say that, you know, we've either got the guitar or we can just drive and get it in 2 days' time. I remember those days. Yeah.
Me too.
So mine is a prediction. I think we'll see the SC28E. And Roeth says, I'm curious what new models may come out. I think we will. And I think regarding a new pickup, I have no information on that. Who asked that question? Stardance. I have no information on that. I'm going to guess if they do an SC28E, they're going to put the Aura HD in it that's in the modern Deluxe series. To me, that makes sense, and it is a good system. I don't think they'll do anything like radically new with a new company or anything like that. But hey, I hope to be wrong, because I wish they would. And it's funny because I was at a chat with Chris Martin years ago. Well, years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and someone said, "What's the next big thing for you in acoustic guitars?" And he said, "Amplification and pickups." But nothing's really changed. So I hope if they do something, it will be really interesting. I hope that guitar will be a great standard series 28 model. I hope it'll sound even better than the SC13E does, and I hope that it'll have some new fancy pickup system in it as well. Maybe that'll even pull me away from the GPC. Who knows? But I hope to see that. I think we're going to see that. I think 2022 is the time for more development in that area. So we'll see. Has Martin said they're stepping up production? I don't know what's going on with Martin right now. I presume they're catching up a little bit, but I don't know. What do you know more about that? They have hired a second shift.
Okay. I was at the factory maybe a week ago, and I was talking to my friend Sandy, and she said they have a lot of people that they've hired, but a lot of people left back when when things got to be the worst during the pandemic and the shutdown. That was an opportunity for a lot of people to just retire. A lot of people were almost going to get that far, and they thought maybe now is the time to just not come back. So it really it put them behind the 8 ball, because they got a lot of new workers that now have to be trained. And she didn't tell me numbers, but you could imagine a place like that losing a number of very talented people with seniority and talents. And you didn't get back one person for every person who left, and the person you did get is brand new. So it's been a struggle, but they're probably at 95% as far as how many people they need, but they're not all seasoned employees yet.
Yeah, I spoke to another company that said something like, "Well, we can hire more people and train more people, but we'll have to slow down while we train those people, and then if our orders reduce, what are we going to do? We have to get rid of them again." So it's a really tough call to make. I wouldn't like to be the person that makes those calls, because it's really tough to know what's going to happen next. David Belcher says, "This community just gets better. Looking forward to next year." I agree, David. And again, if you're ever in the forums or Facebook groups and they're talking about any particular model or Martin guitars, feel free to drop a link to this show in there. Again, it always looks better coming from you than me or Maury. To be I'm being very honest today, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
And that will help us get some more friends in here. BMO says, "Feel better, Lee. Cheers all and Happy New Year." Yes, of course. Happy New Year. Next time we see you on this show, I'm sure we'll both see you before then, but next time we see you on this show, it'll be 2022 already, which is crazy. Olds has a great point. Be interesting to see how they can use a bolt-on neck and still call it a 28 series. Perhaps they'll call it something else. We'll see. Take care, Lee. Happy New Year, everyone, from Roslyn. Old says 2022 and OM18. Who knows?
They sound like Spoon Phillips.
Who knows? Lisa says Happy New Year to all. Roa says Happy New Year, everyone. Lee says thanks, guys. I'll say Happy New Year as well. Again, ring the bell on Maury's Music and Aaron Short Music on YouTube. Stay in touch with us that way. Send any email or photos of guitars or videos to sayhi@aaronshortmusic.com. I'll show them on the show. Send us any ideas for things we can do on the show in 2022. We've got a lot to live up to, I think. We did. It was really cool to do today. I'm not patting ourselves on the back too much, but we did do a lot of videos, a lot of different things, and I think it's cool. I think it's great. I think it's great, and a relief that it's still more to talk about all the time, which is cool.
Yep.
Owl says Happy New Year, and everyone's saying Happy New Year. Looking forward to 22 future shows. Looking forward to Wednesday, says Mark. What you got on Wednesday, Maury?
Virtual Tour episode 86. Thank you very much, Mark. We have probably 4 or 5 new guitars to show you that weren't here last week, and then the second segment is almost always viewer request. But yeah, Wednesday's going to be fun. Thank you.
Unless he was talking about Aaron Short's gear chat on Wednesday. I'm just kidding. We're both live Wednesday at different times. I bet you anything, like that gear chat has blown my mind that even this year there's been something new to report on every single week. I bet there'll be no piece of new gear to talk about this Wednesday, simply because we're right before New Year's Eve. There can't be.
Oh.
Everyone's off right now, right? But I'll do the same thing. I'll just recap what's been out this year, because there has been some cool stuff released this year. And
That's
who
cool
knows?
you do that.
Who knows? Yeah, I love it. But who knows? Maybe there will be something new. And it's like I said, it just blows my mind that every week there's something new. Oh, I guess within the gear sphere we have a lot, right? Because it takes it out of just Martin acoustic guitars and into electric guitars, pedals, plugins, everything.
Yeah.
So of course there's going to be something. So that's cool. All right, so I'll say goodbye. Maury, thanks for joining me. Happy New Year. Can you just play us out, please? And we'll see you again next year in 2022.
I will say Happy New Year to you too. Thank you very much, everybody. Uh-huh.
I'm not lost, but I'm not found. I'm not up, but I'm not down. I love you and I love you and I love you and I love you, and it's so easy. I love you and I love you and I love you and I love you, and it's so hard. But all I'm really sure of is I'm not happy and not somewhere in between. I'm not the red, black, or green. Got no favorite thing. I'm somewhere in between. I'm not happy, I'm not sad, particularly down or flat. Somewhere in between. I'm not the red, black, or green. Got no favorite thing. I'm somewhere in between.